The year is 1219. A pivotal moment in history is about to unfold, a clash of civilizations that will reshape the map of Asia. The stage is set for a brutal and decisive battle. The Mongol army thunders across the Central Asian plains, a seemingly endless horde of warriors on horseback, led by the legendary Genghis Khan himself. His ambition knows no bounds, his armies are unmatched in their speed and ferocity. Their target, the Khwarezmian Empire, a vast and wealthy kingdom stretching across Persia and Central Asia, a kingdom bold enough to defy the Mongols, a decision that will test their strength and resolve to the absolute limit. They have underestimated the storm that is about to break upon them. At the vanguard rides Jebe, a name that strikes fear into the hearts of enemies. One of the Khan's most trusted generals, a brilliant strategist and a fearless warrior, known for his cunning and ruthlessness. His loyalty to Genghis Khan is absolute. 10,000 horsemen follow, a sea of mounted warriors ready to unleash their fury. Bows ready, armor creaking, the anticipation hangs heavy in the air. Each warrior is a master of horseback archery, a deadly skill honed over years of training. Eyes fixed on the enemy across a shallow river, the natural barrier that separates two mighty armies. The river will soon run red with blood. The Khwarezmians stand in bright banners, a kaleidoscope of colors representing their noble houses and proud traditions. Tense and silent, awaiting the storm, knowing that their fate hangs in the balance. They are outnumbered, but they are determined to defend their homeland. A single whistle pierces the air, a sound that will forever be etched in the memories of those who survive. The Mongols signal to attack, the unleashing of a force that will sweep across the battlefield. Instantly, the Mongol lines surge forward, a thundering wave of horse and steel, a disciplined wave of men and horses, perfectly synchronized, an unstoppable force of destruction. Jebe leads the charge, his battle cry echoing across the plains, his gaze locked on the enemy, his eyes burning with a fierce determination. The first Mongol arrows blot out the sun, turning the sky into a rain of death. Raining death on the defenders, finding their marks with deadly accuracy. The Khwarezmians answer with their own volleys, a desperate attempt to stem the tide of the Mongol advance. And the air becomes a deadly storm of arrows, a chaotic dance of death and destruction. The armies collide with a sound like the world splitting apart, a deafening roar of steel and fury. Steel clashes, a symphony of destruction. Men scream, their cries lost in the din of battle. Horses rear in terror, their hooves pounding the blood-soaked ground. In the chaos, Jebe is a whirlwind of death, a force of nature unleashed upon the enemy, his sword flashing as he carves a path through the enemy ranks, leaving a trail of fallen bodies in his wake. He is the embodiment of Mongol ferocity, a living weapon forged in the fires of war. Unstoppable, unyielding, a force that cannot be broken. The battle has begun, a clash of empires that will determine the fate of nations, and for many it will be their last, their names lost to the sands of time. The battle devolves into chaos, a swirling vortex of steel, flesh, and desperation. The carefully laid plans of both sides crumble under the weight of the brutal reality of war. Mud, blood, and desperate combat become the defining features of this brutal struggle. Every inch of ground is contested, every breath a fight for survival. The air is thick with the screams of the dying and the clash of steel. Jebe is everywhere at once, a whirlwind of destruction cutting through the enemy ranks. He anticipates every move, counters every attack, and leaves a trail of fallen foes in his wake. He is a force of nature on horseback, an unstoppable juggernaut tearing through the enemy lines. His presence alone inspires fear in the hearts of his opponents. His horse kicks and bites, matching its master's fury, a fearsome extension of Jebe's own relentless aggression. The warhorse is a weapon in its own right, a symbol of Mongol might and ferocity. Suddenly enemy archers focus their fire, recognizing the threat that Jebe poses to their entire army. Volleys of arrows darken the sky, all aimed at the seemingly invincible Mongol commander. On the Mongol commanders, hoping to cripple their leadership and break their momentum. They understand that taking down Jebe could turn the tide of the entire battle. Jebe becomes their prime target, the bullseye on a living, breathing embodiment of Mongol power. Every archer wants to be the one to bring down the legendary warrior. An arrow slams into his shoulder, staggering him, momentarily disrupting his relentless assault. The pain is intense, but Jebe refuses to yield. He snaps the shaft, grits his teeth, and fights on, his determination unwavering despite the crippling wound. He will not let pain dictate his actions. More arrows strike, a relentless barrage seeking to bring him down, his thigh, his brow, his side, each impact a testament to the enemy's desperation. 18 arrows pierce his body and armor, a grotesque tapestry of iron and flesh, yet he refuses to fall, defying the very laws of mortality. Each wound fuels his rage. The pain only intensifies his resolve. He roars a challenge that inspires his men, a primal scream that echoes across the battlefield. They see their general, bristling with arrows, a human pincushion of defiance, still leading the charge, an unwavering beacon of courage in the face of overwhelming odds. Jebe becomes a living symbol of Mongol resilience, a testament to their indomitable spirit. His survival demoralizes the enemy, shattering their confidence and sowing seeds of doubt, and galvanizes his troops, igniting a firestorm of renewed vigor and determination. He is no longer just a commander, he is something more, something beyond mortal comprehension. He is the spirit of the Mongol nation, the embodiment of their unwavering will to conquer. The enemy falters, shaken by the sight, their resolve crumbling before the seemingly invincible warrior of a man who will not die, a legend forged in the fires of battle. Jebe's legend grows with every moment, etched into the annals of history with blood and steel. He remains in the saddle, a testament to his unyielding spirit. The tide of battle begins to turn, shifting in favor of the Mongols, fueled by the legend of Jebe. Jebe's bloodied, arrow-studded figure haunts the battlefield. His face is a mask of blood and sweat, his eyes burning with defiance. Each movement sends pain through his body, but he fights on. His men look on in awe. This is more than courage, it's a refusal to yield. The enemy sees him and is gripped by fear. How do you kill a man who won't die? Rumors spread, is he a demon or just a man? Morale crumbles. The Khwarezmian line wavers. Jebe's presence alone breaks their spirit more than any cavalry charge. He channels his pain into strength, his will triumphing over flesh. The world narrows to violence, pain, and survival. Jebe is a living legend, forged by hardship and unbreakable will. On this day he becomes a weapon of terror and inspiration. 18 arrows have found their mark. One pierces his right arm, grating against bone with every swing. Another has gone through his calf. His leg burns with agony. Blood from a head wound stings his eyes, but he blinks it away. A deep puncture in his side throbs with every breath. Some arrows are shallow, others life-threatening. One shaft pins his boot to the stirrup. Yet Jebe turns his broken body into a weapon. His horrifying appearance shatters enemy confidence and inspires his men. Through it all, his mind remains clear. He observes, commands, and adapts. He is not just surviving, he is still leading. His will is as sharp as his sword. Jebe is a monument to endurance. Years before his name echoed through the annals of history, Jebe was known as Zurgadai. He was a warrior forged in the crucible of the harsh, unforgiving landscape of the steppes. He wasn't just any warrior, he was a rival Taichiud warrior, a people locked in a perpetual struggle for dominance with the burgeoning Mongol tribes. Their clashes were frequent, brutal, and defined by a relentless pursuit of power. In the year 1201, amidst the chaos and fury of one such battle, Zurgadai demonstrated his deadly skill with a bow. With unwavering aim, he shot an arrow that struck Temujin's horse, felling the great leader in the heat of combat. Temujin, the future Genghis Khan, a man destined to unite the Mongol tribes and conquer vast empires, was nearly killed that day. The arrow came close to changing the course of history, but fate had other plans. After the Mongol victory, the dust settled, and the defeated Taichiud warriors were taken as prisoners. Temujin, ever the strategist, sought out the archer who had dared to target him, the one who had nearly ended his life before his rise to power had even truly begun. Among the prisoners, a figure emerged from the crowd. Zurgadai, displaying remarkable courage, stepped forward, unafraid to face the consequences of his actions. With unwavering resolve he declared, "I shot your horse." His voice resonated with honesty and a lack of remorse. He continued, "If you wish, kill me. I accept my fate." He stood tall, ready to meet his end with the same bravery he had shown on the battlefield. But then, he offered an alternative. "If you spare me, I will serve you as your arrow." He proposed to turn his skill, his very being, into a weapon in Temujin's arsenal. Temujin, a keen judge of character, saw something beyond the battlefield. He saw courage, a rare and valuable trait in a warrior. He also recognized honesty, a virtue often absent in the treacherous world of tribal warfare. He saw in Zurgadai not just an enemy, but a potential asset. Instead of ordering an execution, as was customary, Temujin made a decision that would defy expectations and alter the course of both their lives. He extended his hand and offered Zurgadai a place at his side, an invitation to join his ranks and fight under his banner. He bestowed upon him a new name, a symbol of his new role and his deadly accuracy. He would no longer be known as Zurgadai, but as Jebe, meaning the arrow. A name that would strike fear into the hearts of his enemies. Jebe, humbled and honored by this unexpected act of mercy and trust, pledged his loyalty to Temujin, vowing to serve him with unwavering dedication. In that moment, Temujin gained not just a skilled warrior, but a formidable ally, a loyal companion who would stand by his side through countless battles and conquests. This extraordinary act of trust, this willingness to see potential in an enemy, forged a partnership that would reshape the world. It was a turning point, a moment where mercy triumphed over vengeance, and a new chapter in history began to unfold. Jebe's skill, his unwavering bravery, and his fierce loyalty quickly became legendary throughout the Mongol ranks. He was no longer a prisoner bound by the chains of war, but a free man, empowered by the trust placed in him. He had transformed from a potential threat into the Khan's chosen weapon, a force to be reckoned with on any battlefield. The name Jebe was more than just a title. It was both a reward for his courage and a testament to his skill. It was also a challenge, a constant reminder of the responsibility he now carried to live up to the Khan's expectations. From that day forward, Jebe fought not for personal glory or the spoils of war, but for something far greater than himself. He fought for his Khan, for the man who had spared his life and given him a second chance, a chance to prove his worth and earn his place in history. The arrow that once threatened to extinguish the flame of Temujin's ambition, the arrow that could have changed everything, now defended him with unwavering ferocity, protecting the very man he had once sought to eliminate. And so, from a moment of near-fatal conflict, thus began the legend of Jebe, the arrow, a testament to the transformative power of trust and the enduring strength of loyalty. The name Jebe was a promise, a life dedicated to the Khan. He rose quickly, his tactical genius and fearlessness setting him apart. As one of the 4 dogs of war, he became the Khan's arrow, always aimed at the enemy's heart. Jebe mastered lightning raids and the feigned retreat, outwitting foes time and again. He led daring campaigns, crossing mountains and defeating powerful rivals. He shared every hardship with his men, always leading from the front. His reputation grew with every victory. Now, bristling with arrows, he proves his worth once more. The courage he showed in confessing to the Khan is the same courage that keeps him fighting. His loyalty is unbreakable, his strength legendary. Jebe's life is a testament to character and endurance. On this battlefield, he cements his place in history. Jebe was forged by the Mongolian steppe, a land of hardship and survival. From childhood, Mongols learned to ride, shoot, and endure. Their lives were shaped by the horse, the wind, and the endless grasslands. Mobility and resilience were their greatest weapons. Jebe embodied this spirit more at home in the saddle than on foot. The Mongol tribes, once divided, were united by Genghis Khan's vision and law. Old rivalries gave way to fierce loyalty and discipline. Jebe, once an enemy, became a symbol of this new unity. His stamina and toughness were products of a harsh world. The pain of his wounds was nothing compared to a lifetime of hardship. He was not supernatural, just the ultimate Mongol warrior. His strength was the legacy of the steppe. The bond between Jebe and Genghis Khan was built on respect and proven worth. The Khan spared Jebe not out of mercy, but for his courage and skill. Jebe repaid this trust with unwavering loyalty. Every battle, every wound was for his Khan. This devotion gave him strength beyond the physical. On the field, loyalty became his shield. Retreat was unthinkable. To fall was to fail his leader. His men saw his example and fought with renewed ferocity. The trust between Khan and general was rare and powerful. Jebe was given missions others would not survive, and he always returned. Now as he bleeds for his Khan, he proves that trust was never misplaced. Their partnership shaped the Mongol conquests. Jebe's loyalty was as legendary as his skill. The Khwarezmian line finally breaks, shattered by fear and the sight of Jebe's defiance. The Mongols pursue, turning victory into rout. Jebe, barely conscious, is tended by his men. Miraculously, he survives. The arrows are removed, and his legend grows. The story of the general who took 18 arrows and fought on spreads across the empire. Jebe becomes a myth, a symbol of endurance and courage. His tale inspires warriors for generations. He showed that willpower and loyalty can overcome even mortal wounds. Though less famous than Genghis Khan, Jebe's story endures. He was the arrow, a man who lived up to his name. His legacy is not just in conquest, but in the image of a warrior who refused to fall. Jebe's spirit remains an immortal part of Mongol history. The arrow's legend will never die.